How have you been, Richard?
Hello, George. I am well. Thank you for asking.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. There's Robin.
Okay, don't say anything bad.
My lunch.
Now we're being recorded. Shh.
Yep, now we're being recorded.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna run and fix my lunch.
George told me not to say any trash about you.
So when you coming up, Richard?
hopefully right after my May treatment, which will be on the 4th. So hopefully first week of May, and looking forward to it. Boy, I'm ready.
And how long will you be able to stay?
Well, 2-month intervals. I'll have to run back and forth, but hopefully we'll be able to stay till November.
Good.
So, boy, it's been a zoo here lately. We had our house reworked, all the rotten wood replaced and painted. So thank gosh, all those guys are gone today. So hear yourself think around here.
Did you know you were having troubles and you had the work done, or did you find out when you came back?
No, it's just a 38-year-old house.
So it's just getting broke in, huh?
Just needs maintenance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure hated to hear the news that Judy Carson had passed. I got that news yesterday.
Yeah, pretty sad for sure.
Yeah, it's a real tough disease. It really is. I mean,
Yeah, my 101-year-old aunt just passed last week, and she suffered from it in the last 10 years. So it is a miserable disease.
she had it for 10 years, huh?
Yeah, she did.
Wow.
Yeah. She was in a nursing home the last 8 years. So, yeah. Hey, Cindy.
How are you? We're all sad today, aren't we?
Yeah, we're all sad.
That's a bummer.
It is.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Nelson.
Hey, Nelson.
Chuck.
Everybody's having a little bit of lunch.
Yeah.
I feel left out.
Mhm.
Look, I got some cinnamon burgers. They're delicious.
Cinnamon burgers?
Did you email us one?
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Did you bring enough of those for the whole class?
Everybody that wants to show up at my place can have one.
I wonder, what is a cinnamon burger? I don't know that.
Oh, no, it's salmon.
Oh, salmon. Okay.
Nelson, I'm trying to read your shirt. Put down your left hand. I can't see it all. Oh.
Danger.
What does it say? I can't read it either.
It just says danger zone.
Hmm.
Did anyone give that to you in particular?
Are you Tom Cruise today?
I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't know who we were going to have for the meeting today, so I didn't know what to put down.
EBA
Who?
to be announced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think we're just a general meeting today. I don't think we have any speakers, do we?
No, I don't think we do either.
Robin got us on, Chuck, and she went off to fix her lunch, but she'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
But it's on as recording.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Hey,
So be
Chuck,
careful what you say. We've got a record of it.
Chuck, did you get my email asking about the scholarships?
No.
I need to know if I can have two $1,000 or just one.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. That was one that came in like 10 days ago. The email?
Well, not 10 days ago, but yeah, it wasn't today. It was probably Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday.
Okay,
And then I asked that because the committees we're all done, but there's two of them that are showing up in both places, or in all three places anyway. I don't have Robin's stuff yet, but if we can't, that's fine.
So Cindy, we agree? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we don't all agree. There were two of them that were placed on two of the lists, not in the same 1, 2, 3 order, which is fine. But then I haven't gotten Robin's yet, so I can't really say. But I thought if I had two, then I would ask you guys what you thought about the two of them. When I get Robin's stuff.
My first time doing it, so I wasn't quite sure I had it all figured
Yeah.
out, but my daughter's a teacher, so she sort of gave me some guidelines.
Yeah, no, you did probably the same thing I did. Where I have somewhat of a disadvantage is that some of those kids I know,
Right.
and there are some kids that probably need it worse than the ones that I know.
Right.
So, but you did a good job. You and I were the same on a couple of them.
Well, I appreciate it. You know, you see some
Thank
of
you
them,
for
and
doing it.
it's helpful not to know them because I literally had no,
It is.
no slant in my voting. Don't know who needs, who doesn't need, who's really smart, who's just kind of sliding by.
Exactly. Right.
I think
No, I agree.
some of them I think are sliding by, to tell you the truth.
Well,
Comes out pretty clear when you start looking at the classes and all that.
right. They don't take the classes that they should have been taking.
Yeah, if you're taking 99 in an honors class and you could have taken AP, why didn't you take AP? I don't understand.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you feel bad. You don't want to slight the one that's got the big scholarship either, because they've worked just as hard.
Right.
So, but they don't probably need it as much as somebody else.
Right.
So,
Right.
Cindy,
Anyway.
the last email I got from you on February 24th.
really,
Yeah.
I
in
sent it
regard-
probably. Oh, okay. Well,
But
it's
I
not
do have
urgent.
that
I
one. and
just
we do
need to know probably, maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about that today.
Huh. I wonder why that didn't go through. That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, Cindy, count me in the
Oh, well.
future. I kind of
Okay.
had fun doing that.
Say what?
Cindy, count me in the future when you do those. I kind of had fun
Okay.
doing it. I like to do it again.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, isn't it? You know, we all live in our little world, and you don't know what's going on with some of these children have got some huge life lessons that, you know, here we are, we'll never have those lessons.
Right.
Wow.
I kind of wonder the direction the school gives them. It'd be great if they could talk to a person who's outside of the academic world, you know, so that
Yeah.
maybe they know what we're looking at and in the future make different choices. But I don't think we get that option.
No, we probably don't. And of course, Grant's really good at doing that, except Grant is a teacher
Right.
and, you know, a counselor. So
Yep.
some of those kids have had some pretty bad experiences. I know that.
Right. And there's a lot of political pressure, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it is interesting. It opens my eyes every year I do that.
And well, we'll get further into it once we get into the meeting. So I won't
Okay.
ask you questions now.
No, that's fine.
Hello, Amelia and Alex.
Hey there. How's everyone?
We're doing well.
We're good.
We're all kind of
Well-
eating or finishing up our lunch.
Yeah.
Alex is drinking his.
Good old McDonald's.
Yeah. My large half-cut iced tea. Which what I love about it is I have my, you know, the insulated cup, and one large McDonald's iced tea fits exactly into this. Fills it up to the top, and so I get that in the morning on the way into the office, and the iced tea stays cold all day.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Must be a Yeti cup.
No, it's the Beast or something like that. I don't know. I think I got it at some sports store, but it does good. Keeps the ice. I mean, the ice, it will be still not melted the next day. It's crazy.
People swear by those Yeti coolers, but I can't see paying $400 for an ice chest.
I
Yeah.
know. It's crazy, right?
You can get the same cooler, Richard, without the Yeti name for half
Yeah.
that price.
Sure can. I got a bunch of them.
Half Yeti?
Yep, half price.
Yeah.
Richard, are you in the mountains?
No, Reed, I'm down here in rainy old Florida this morning, but I'm fixing to be up your way as soon as I can.
Be great.
I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully first week in May.
Good, good, wonderful. Gail, okay?
Yeah, Gail's fine. And we're really pumped up because our Colorado family is going to be here next week this time. And we'll get to see our grandson for the first time. He's a granddaughter. She's a year and a half old.
Oh, goodness, how exciting.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
That
we're
is
really
cool.
looking forward to it.
Hey, Chuck, I saw where the clinic got some of that money, that COVID money. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. We've got a lot of work to do just to figure out how properly to spend it. You know, it's when you get,
Right, I'm sure.
some people saw it, but we received out of the American Rescue Act or American Rescue Plan Act. FQHCs across the country received funding and we received 1.7 million.
Whoa, congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
our annual funding that comes in from the feds is about $1.5 million. And so this exceeded that. So, and it's a 2-year grant, you know, it's a 2-year funding period. So we have 2 years in which to utilize it. So we'll do some expansion with it and really bump up some of our programs to the folks that need it around here. So
Excellent.
Well, I was happy to read that. Congratulations.
Yeah, a lot of funding coming out of the American Rescue Act,
Right.
that's for sure. Oh, it looks like it's about 12:15. You want to go ahead and get the party started? I have a few more coming in probably a little bit later, maybe Marvin and Floyd. But Reed, if we didn't catch you in the middle of eating, would you want to lead us in a prayer and a pledge of allegiance?
I'll be glad to, Chuck. Let's bow for prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for all you do for us. We're mindful of all the good things you do for us. We especially want you to be with Bill Carson and his family, watch over them and care for them. Bless them as they grieve the loss of Judy. We ask that you will be with this club, that we'll make good decisions and that will be an influence across the area. We ask all these things in thy precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Let's do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice for
Just for all. Thank you, Mr. Reed. And while we just finished the prayer and the pledge of allegiance, it came up at the last meeting, the suggestion of maybe having just one person give the pledge. And at the end of the meeting, when we do the 4-way test, just one person read out the 4-way test so everybody can hear it. Because what happens is while we're each saying that, we're kind of talking on top of each other. And I was wondering what y'all's thoughts were on that. Pros or cons on that suggestion?
You'll have to remind us each time on the pledge for sure.
Nobody has any feelings either way?
Nah.
I don't
Well,
care.
We can just leave it like it is then. All right. Well, let's open it up with the happy dollars. Are there any happy dollars today?
I got a happy dollar. We had to go pick up garbage yesterday.
Yeah, I sure want to kick one in. So I'm going to see my Colorado granddaughters.
I started saying that'd be a happy dollar there.
I had an anniversary dollar back a couple of weeks ago, and wasn't on, so I'd like to happy dollar for that.
Very good.
How many years is that, Reed?
That would be 51.
Whoa.
All right,
Yay.
then.
You're right
Congratulations.
there with Gail and I, Reed.
And as Floyd said one time, and we've quoted him repeatedly, what was it, something like 10 wonderful years? And you had been married much, much longer than that.
Won't touch that one.
I forget how he worded it, but it was quite. He announced it that he was celebrating his such and such anniversary, and it had so many wonderful years out of that.
Obviously, the other half wasn't on that call when he made that comment.
That was for
That's
sure.
right.
I've got a happy dollar.
There.
Had a beautiful sunrise service at the Orchard at Altapass Sunday, and that was just gorgeous. And thinking about Bill and Judy and all that they've done to make that place what it is. So that in retrospect, that was a good time. Thank you.
Yeah. Looking back, like you said, that has to be very special. That was nice. I've got a happy dollar. My wife, came down with some stomach issues yesterday. I thought it was going to be the start of something bad, but it was a 24-hour bug, and she's feeling great today. So we're happy.
Good.
Because there's a flu B that's running around, and it's shows up sometimes as GI problems, and those usually last longer than a day, unfortunately. Any other happy dollars? All right. Well, let's go into the before we do the wheel, we'll do any club announcements.
Well, I would like to announce that we did not call off the garbage pickup because of the weather being too hot. It was simply because there was a contract crew from the state that just Tuesday afternoon had picked everything up on our stretch, and there was nothing left to pick up. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That's nice.
That's the reason we canceled, because they were there late Tuesday afternoon and we were scheduled to be there Wednesday. So
Yeah.
that's okay.
I'd say that was good timing, Reed.
Yeah, I worked on that. I've got pool in Raleigh,
Yeah.
So do we get a refund from you, Reed, for the money we pay you for the honor of picking up the trash now that we didn't do it?
We're working on reimbursement and lost income, because I know a lot of you recoup a lot of valuable items from that pickup.
That they do. Any other announcements? Robin does, but we gotta wait till she finishes her lunch.
And she's on mute.
I didn't want to talk with my mouth full. I have been remiss in not sending out your happy, happy dollar and wheel and all those bills for January and February. So since we're into April, I'll just do all 4 months if no one objects, and I can collect it in person in May.
Yes.
I'll send you all bills for how much you owe.
And you want it in all pennies? Is that what I hear?
It doesn't matter to me. The bank's the one that's going to have to count it.
Okay, I think that's good. All right, well, anybody want to add any dollars to the wheel before she spent, or before Alex spends? Okay,
I think everybody's permanent.
all right. Spin that wheel, Alex.
All right, here we go. $54.
Nobody.
Here we go. Spin number 2. $14.
14. Nobody.
Third time. Four.
4 is Bob Kokel.
There you go, Bob.
You win
Hey,
$8.
Or whatever it is in the cart for me. I'll appropriate.
Okay. Yeah, it's $8.
That'll work.
It was interesting that they all three ended in 4s. Finally got a winner on one of them. Good job. All right, well, I think one of the questions on the table is that Cindy brought up was about the scholarships. And this is the high school scholarships that in the past we've provided. It's been $1,000 scholarship as I recall. And
It
question
is.
came up- I'm sorry.
No, it is $1,000
Yeah.
each.
And question was raised, are we going to do that this year again? And the request actually was for 2. Is that correct, Cindy?
Right. We did 2 last year because they were so close. So that was my question before we made our final decision, if there was 1 or 2.
What historically have we just done 1? But like I said, last year we did 2 because they're so close. And
I think it sort of depends sometimes on how much money we have. We've always given 1 and, lots of times we've given 2. So it's up to us to decide if there's money to do that or if this year is not a good year to do that. So.
And
I think we're
Robin?
fine money-wise. I didn't do a financial report this month, did I? Time is flying.
yes, it is. So many ways.
I'd like to move, we do two scholarships, 1,000 each. I mean, these kids have had a real hardship this year, and anything we can do to help them out, I think we could. And then, like Robin said, we do have the money. I make that motion.
I'll second it, George. We had some that were good. We didn't, Robin, Cindy, you tell me, I don't think we had one that just leaped off the page, but we had a few that were good. I hate to see all the money go to one person.
Yeah.
Cindy, would you agree on that?
Yeah, I would. I think if we can do 2 at $1,000, that would be great.
Yeah. Less than 1,000, I think it dilutes a little bit too much.
Did you, if I could ask a question, you're saying you had some good ones, but nobody jumped out of the page. Do we want to look at doing 3 for $750? Is that based on who we had this year?
Well, it's $1,000, you know, as you all know, going to college, $1,000 is probably, you know, a little bit more than a meal ticket. It's about all that is. So going less than 1,000, I think is, unless you're going to go to Mainland, you know, and you're living at home, I'm not sure that really does
Yeah.
as well as just two $1,000,
Okay.
just because it's so expensive.
We got a motion on the floor.
I think Bob seconded the motion.
Yeah,
Did you,
if a
Bob?
second. So
All
any
for
other
question.
discussion? All in favor? I guess raise hand.
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
thank you.
Okay, none opposed.
Awesome.
Motion passed. So we will do two $1,000 scholarship, high school scholarships this year. So wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Robin, when I get your stuff, I'm gonna send an email to Bob and Tina and you. And then some of us have overlapped, and then I'm waiting to get yours. So whenever you get yours done, then we can decide.
Who's you? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Robin.
I
I
made
wanted-
yeah, I'm working on it. I've made a little grid
that's
and
fine.
I'm giving them points. It's-
Okay, that's a good
But I've
idea
got
to
a few
do that.
more. Those last 5 you sent, I still have to do those.
Right. It was funny because I only had like 7 or 8 of them. And then all of a sudden I got, you know, like 10 more in a day. So it was like, okay, everybody waits till the last minute. But we don't have to let Grant know until May 1st. So we got time.
Okay, any other club business of the barbecue? It's way out there, but anything needs to be discussed or commented on the barbecue festival?
I just noticed, Chuck, that the paper said that they were doing a virtual festival, and just the mayor mentioned that they might participate with us during the actual festival. Did anybody else see that?
Well, that's the Blacksmith Festival. The Blacksmith Festival is virtual.
Right, but I thought they were doing it with us.
Well, they're doing their own Blacksmith Festival. They didn't want to give up the date, and they didn't want people to think that that was just done and wasn't going to happen anymore. So that's why Penland and Main Street are doing that. But because there is no actual booth, those are the ones that thought, you know, Stacy Lane said that she hopefully can get some to come to our festival. 2 separate festivals altogether.
So the blacksmiths will do a virtual, and then they'll also participate on a lower level with us.
Correct. Because see, what they're doing video.
I was in a Main Street meeting this morning, and Libby certainly mentioned that our October festival, and so they plan on being a part of it.
Right.
Good, good.
Does anybody know what the electricity charge is? I know the booths are $25, but I don't know what the electrical charge is. Anybody know that?
I think it's $25 also.
Nothing more than that? Okay.
No.
Parks
That was
and
a
Recreation's been picking up they're the ones that cuts the lights on. They've been paying the bill, haven't they, for the electricity? For Rotary, that is.
Who is
I
that?
don't
Reed?
know.
Parks and Rec,
Oh,
they're the ones who cut the lights on and have them on. So I don't think we've ever received a bill from Duke Energy for our light bill, or the town either. Which
Yeah, I
is,
think the
You're
electric,
talking about the ball field?
yes,
Yeah, no, we've never paid for that. They always come in and turn them on for us. There are breaker boxes there. They used to, they didn't have the power on all the time in those breaker boxes. I'm not sure if they do now. We just turn them on and off of the breakers when we're using them back behind restrooms on the wall, I believe is where they were.
But Floyd, do we charge the vendors for electricity?
I don't think we have been charging the vendors,
But
but
we
we
have.
need to, have we?
I thought we had two. I
Okay,
just
we
wondered
need-
how
we
much it
definitely-
was.
We definitely need to know who wants electricity. I'm positive of that. But yeah, we may, I don't know what the fee is. I've never really been involved in the that part of actually billing. I can't remember. So you think,
It's on the website. It's on the,
Yeah. okay,
when you click on the vendor information application, it's on the website, and I'm pretty sure it's $25. It's really a connection fee more than a use of electricity fee, and Glenn.
right.
Glenn.
Well, yeah, one of the things, if I recall, is that the reasons that we have the charge in there isn't so much to make money on it or generate revenue. It's more of a thing where a lot of the craft vendors, if you had it for free, then everyone would want it. And time
Yeah,
that in there, just people really don't, because it's a challenge. You know, it's a little bit of a challenge if everyone wanted it, if I
Gotcha.
recall.
No, good point.
Okay, well, they asked me that yesterday and I told them I'd get back to them. I didn't know how much it was. So, okay.
Okay. Anything else on the festival?
Well, this is not about the festival. We did mention Main Street. We're having a townwide trash cleanup, pickup, weed eating on Saturday morning from 9 to 12. And any Rotarians that would love to show up, we'd love to have you. I think Nelson mentioned that in his recent email, and I hope to be there, and any of you that can show up be greatly appreciated.
And you get makeup time for that too.
Yeah.
Or Reed, you have such good pull in Raleigh, maybe you can get them to bring their crew down and do it on Friday.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
Ralph and I are like twins, you know.
I just looked that up, Chuck, and it's 20 amp connection for $25, and includes everybody, nonprofits and for profits.
Okay, thank you. $25 for 20 amp. Okay.
Volume, yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine anybody needs more than that, even for their fryers and stuff. That's should be enough. All right. Anything else on the festival? Just wondering, Alex, do you have anything to report on the fundraising?
No, I contacted Trey to get an update, and I haven't heard back from him, but I will let you know as soon as I hear back.
I reached out to O'Neill Shelton. Rotary, to ask him about past clubs that are looking at doing something like this and what suggestions. There's a gentleman in the district level, Lynn Jordan, I believe his name, Lee. And I reached out to him, but haven't gotten a response back. He to give us, he's a CPA and knows how to deal with the foundation side of it, and he's done that through the Rotary groups. So get some feedback from him on any specifics that we need or should think about, and as far as funneling the funds through. So I'll pass that on as we get some more information there.
And Chuck, I wanted to say too, I think there was a little misunderstanding on the, people, and I understand, were afraid of a commitment to raise $200,000. The $200,000 is just the match amount that Amy would match. So we don't have to raise 200,000. It would be great if we did, but that's the match goal. So that's where that came from. We don't have to do that. We do as much as we can.
With the goal of going to that, if at all possible. What about the timing on this? We didn't talk about, or I don't recall that there was let's get this done or try and get it done by X date that we're shooting for, other than as soon as possible.
Right. I don't know that I heard a timing date either. I'll find out.
Okay.
Chuck, as a point of order, we didn't actually have a quorum when we voted on the scholarships, but we now do have a quorum.
Oh,
So
Oops.
you might want to bring that motion back up for the couple of people that have just joined us on the scholarships.
Okay, I was just counting how many, we have 27. And then Robin, you said we had 27 or 29 members?
I haven't looked, but I'll look.
It's more than that. It's more than that unless a few people dropped off, but 12.
I asked her
12
last week, I think it was 20.
Let me look just a minute.
12 for sure is a
Well,
quorum.
I can't get into DAC-DB when I'm recording, so.
Well, let me just look up what you had sent me.
Yeah, that was from the top of my head too. It wasn't.
Well, we had 35 going into COVID. And
Oh, did we? I thought we had 30.
No, we had 35.
Yeah, we've got 30 on the list that it shows on on DAC.
Okay. So we have 30.
So, and the bylaws say we need to have 1/3, so that'd make it 11, wouldn't it?
Well, 10 technically, I guess, if it's only 30 members. How'd we lose 5 members so fast?
Maybe it's our senior members or something, possibly that aren't showing. I
Well,
don't.
James left.
Calvin's not here.
Calvin, somebody else withdrew. I'm trying to think.
Scott Reese did.
Who?
Scott Reese a while back from court.
Yeah, that was before then though. Gosh, I'd have to look at the list, and I thought it was on my phone, but it's not. It didn't transfer when I got my new phone, so.
Well, that's fine.
Is our new Marvin still part of the club?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now I'm counting.
Someone has left though.
Well, 13, Glenn and Janie are together.
Okay.
They are two separate people.
Yes, we are. And we're quick
In
to
a lot of
remind
ways.
you of that.
How about Robin, how about Elaine? Is she still a member?
Yes,
Both you and I.
he is.
Okay.
what about Chad Calhoun?
Yep.
So to make sure that we had that properly, then the motion was made earlier to do 2 high school scholarship of $1,000 each. Motion made by, I think it was George, and second by Cindy.
Wow.
Or Bob, excuse me, Bob seconded. So now that we have the quorum, we'll take the vote again. Any question by those that just joined us or joined us after that? So, all in favor of 2 high school scholarships of $1,000 each, signify by raising hand. Aye. So
Aye.
aye. So we got our quorum there. Any opposed? Okay, the motion passes. All right. I'm scanning the screen, got you on the big screen here, so I'm having to keep moving my head to find all of you on there here. Need to narrow you down. Any other business, any other discussion points?
I'd like to donate $100 to CART in honor of Judy Carson, and regrettably that we couldn't come up with a cure soon enough for her, but hopefully for others.
Very kind of you, George.
Interesting comment, George. I just read that there is an approved drug by the FDA now for Alzheimer's treatment. And it's not jellyfish or anything like that. It's a legitimate drug. It binds with the amyloid protein in the brain and removes it, some type of chelation process. And it can remove up to 35% of the bound plaque in the brain. So there is progress on that front.
That's great.
Good. Excellent.
Robin, given I went through it myself, I'll do the same thing George did. Just put me on there.
Okay.
And Glenn and I will each give 100
Each.
each.
Okay. That's how my house works, Glenn. Don't feel bad.
And this is why you're happily married, Bob.
35 long years. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, that's gonna cost him.
He's not here. I'm safe. Any of you tell where to talk.
All right. Anything else for discussions on the? Marvin,
Chuck,
look
what
like
are
you have something.
Chuck, what are the plans to come back at the church? What is the date and what is the protocol?
The date is, I don't have my calendar open, but I think it's May 7th, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was the 6th.
It's that Thursday, obviously.
Whatever that Thursday.
Yeah.
It's the 6th.
And in talking to Frankie, the protocol is that we bring in our own lunch, or if you want a lunch, you bring it in yourself. We will not be using the kitchen. We can go in and use it for water. And I don't know, do y'all have any desire to have coffee made? We could do that. But I think if everybody's grabbing lunch, you can bring your own drink or get a glass of water. So bring all that you need for your lunch. And then we'll have the big, they have the trash can there with the black bag. They have the place sanitized and cleaned every night. So it will be clean when we arrive, so we don't have to clean it. But then as we leave, then we would put our trash in the black bag and bag that up. And then I gotta get with Frankie to see where she wants us to leave it. But it'll be picked up there or left there. And then we should wipe down the tables that we used. Now, we haven't talked about the how many people to a table, whether we want to restrict that. They have the big round tables. You can, 3 to 4 a table would be, I think, the max, maybe 3 to give you the max, the best distancing. But do you have any feeling on that?
Chuck, by then, wouldn't most of our neighbors have been vaccinated? Most of the members?
We haven't been asking who's been vaccinated, but I would hope so. Although I got to say, it's really slowing down the vaccinations. And right now, the best we can tell, there's only about 30% of Mitchell and Yancey County has been vaccinated.
I had to go and deliver a child to my daughter-in-law at the vaccination site this afternoon, right before this meeting, and there was hardly anybody there.
Well, they were set up this morning. Are you talking about over on the hill?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in our Main Street meeting this morning. They said that they had 200 doses of Moderna and only had 90 people that had signed up.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is not the serum. it's participation.
Yeah, we're having our last event on Friday. We ended up having 26 no-shows. Half of those were no-shows on the second dose. So 13 no-showed on the second dose and 13 no-showed on the first dose. And
Chuck, does the county,
we ended up having to waste some of those doses because once you have them pulled out of the vial,
Mhm.
you can't save them. You have to waste them.
Chuck, does the county transportation deal help you at all in getting people there? At lower fee or no fee?
They use us some at just about every event we have. The county will come through with a van and have some folks in it or a person, but it's not used much. We mention that to anybody that we talk to. But it seems like, as one doctor put it, it's all the ones that were really anxious to get it have already gotten it. And
Right.
now it's the ones that, I don't know, maybe I'll get it. Some people are waiting for the J&J, the Johnson & Johnson, and that's still the quantity, especially in our counties.
Right.
Hope to get some in the next week or two. And
I think that's what Walmart is giving. I have a couple of friends that got theirs there.
Ingalls, for their whole organization, they got 20,000 from the feds last week. So they have 20,000 doses, not of Johnson & Johnson, but of Moderna, as I understand.
Yeah.
Well, regrettably, there's still an awful lot of misinformation bouncing around. I asked
That's
one of
right.
the workers a couple of days ago if they had it yet. They said, Lord, no, I wouldn't get that. There's 1,800 people died so far from it.
Oh,
Yeah. Where
They
did
were-
that come from?
oh, Lord.
Not one.
You heard that?
So I guess we kind of got off subject, but you asked Alex about vaccinations. I guess that brings up the point of what we haven't decided internally. Do we, when you have a meeting like that, or when you go out to eat and people are wearing their mask until they start eating, and then they take it off to eat, and then they put it back on after they're through eating. Seems like even with people that have been vaccinated, technically they're still able to be carriers of
Mhm.
the COVID. We did have a small outbreak at our Bakersfield clinic last week. Somebody brought it in from outside, and we had 3 people that passed it amongst themselves. One of them that was tested positive had received the vaccine, both doses. So she was not symptomatic, but she was positive, so she could have been a carrier. So we quarantined her. So the vaccine doesn't give you 100% certainty that you can't be carrying it and passing it on. So I would think the proper protocol there would be that whether you're vaccinated or not, that you wear the mask until eating, and then you take it off and eat and drink, and then put it back on when you're done.
Chuck, would you not require both shots to attend, just sort of on a honor system? I mean, no one has to prove it, but it would seem like you would have to have both to attend.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the general feedback I get from everybody we know.
To attend the meeting, you saying?
Yeah, to attend the meeting in person, you kind of have to have both shots to walk in the door.
I would agree with that. I mean, and again, I don't think you can ask people to prove it, but I think you can do kind of an honor system, or at least a request.
Right.
Where you can say, just to try to keep everybody as safe as we can, we ask that those that have been fully vaccinated come, and those that haven't, just, be aware that the ones that have been may be carriers. If you don't have it, you can get it from them, so that they understand it's not being prejudicial against them necessarily, but it's about helping to protect them, because those of us that have had the vaccine, chances are, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the likelihood of us getting severe symptoms is pretty slim.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
mhm.
Is that the close feeling of asking or put in the notice that expectations are that people attending would have had both doses? Well, have been fully vaccinated. Maybe we say fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
Because they could get the one Johnson.
Yeah. I say yay.
I certainly would feel better about that.
Yeah.
So it's bring your own food and drink. Expectations are that you've been fully vaccinated to attend, that we will carry out our trash. And then the other thing was that we will clean up behind us. So they'll have the supplies there, the cleaning supplies, and we'll just wipe down the tables that we used. And
Okay, so we need to record those meetings, I expect, if we're gonna, I'm not opposed, by the way, to limiting it to fully vaccinated people, but I guess what I'm saying is maybe we should at least record the meetings so people who either don't feel comfortable coming or maybe are not fully vaccinated can still be members in good standing.
Right.
We don't want to exclude,
Right.
anybody.
Well, we can, I can bring my computer, and as long as the internet there is good, and I've used it before and have not had a problem, we can put the computer either on the stand up there or whatever, so at least they can either simultaneously listen or it'll be recorded and know what's going on and participate if, if they're there at the same time.
Does anybody know if we have a program that day?
That day?
It should be assembly.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
do you have a program in mind, Marvin?
I just thought that might draw some people there a little bit better than an assembly would. So that's all.
We're looking to having that. Well, I will say, my draw will be just to see everybody again. Although I've seen a few of y'all in person, but get everybody together once again.
Yes.
I utilize, a small camera instead of the camera in my laptop. So I'll bring that
Okay. That'd be
And-
good.
in a tripod type setup. And so what we can, because what we did at the orchards, that was kind of a live streaming. We didn't record it. Actually, we forgot to click record.
Yeah.
So we could live stream this. People could watch it at home if they're not there.
Right.
Like Richard, if you're not down here or up here by then, you can watch from home.
Right.
Hopefully I'll be just getting there. So I hope to
We hope you'll join us.
be, I hope to.
I'll give him a ride.
And Chuck, on the topic of, the vaccination that you were talking about, the lack of participation, has any thought been given to try to do evening hours or either very, very early morning hours before work or after work? Because now you're dealing with a younger population. You're trying to get into that working population.
Yeah, it's a good point. We have talked about that. We haven't put a vaccine or an event together at those hours, and also weekends. Although we do have a Hispanic weekend event coming up end of this month that we're going to be doing.
I would think a Saturday that doesn't start too early would draw the younger folks.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're just, while we're talking, I've received 2 texts. We're sending out texts to all of our patients. Now that's about 9,000. Trying to remind them to get the word out, and we'll keep sending those out. Put an ad in the paper, we're on the radio. And so now it is at Ingles, it is at Walmart. The health department is continuing to vaccinate.
And Chuck, Dr. Mitchell, Philip Mitchell's had a couple of good articles in the paper
Yes, he
about
has.
getting vaccinated. They were very good.
Mhm. So unfortunately, the group we want to get to probably doesn't read that paper.
Yeah.
Put it on Facebook and has a better chance of being read or Instagram.
Or Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very, we figure we got another six to 8,000 that need to be, well, more than that, but if you just get 50% vaccination level in the county, we need to do another 6 to 8,000. And it really doesn't look like we're going to be able to get to that level anytime soon. They're just not coming out.
Dennis, it's hard to understand too, why some aren't getting the vaccination when they've had their own family members die.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think part of it is the double dose, just the hassle of having to come back for a second time. So I think Johnson & Johnson will help if we can ever get a larger supply of that. We are now, just yesterday, we got word that as an FQHC, we're finally eligible to get federal vaccines, and we're hoping that that's going to be Johnson & Johnson, or at least it'll be available to them. Any suggestions y'all have, we'll take. Any ideas? A big part of the problem is that it's like we can't even, it's hard for us to offer them to our patients that are in the clinics because the Moderna vials are 10 doses in each vial. And once you open it, you only have about 1 day to use them up. Well, if you don't know that you're going to have 10 people that day, because it's 10 to 11 doses per vial, then you're going to have to waste doses. And, you don't want to do that. And the state really frowns on that, obviously. So we're now the Johnson & Johnson is 5 doses per vial. So if we had that, then we more likely could get 5 Johnson & Johnson done in a day at each site. But the 10 Moderna is a little tough. All these logistical issues. Well, anything else?
Oh, I don't know where this fits, but I have a question. Somebody contacted Carolyn Dodds about doing a program about the quilts, and she doesn't remember who it was. And it wasn't Tina.
I have the lady that works in the law office is part of that quilting guild, and they do want to do a program sometime.
Yeah, well, she said that she would, but she didn't know remember who it was that asked her to do it.
I wonder if it was Elaine. I wonder if it was Elaine.
It might have
It could have been Elaine.
I told her to call Tina anyway,
because
Tina's the program person, so.
Well, you want to make that the May 7th?
May 6th? I'm gonna go see if she's over in her office and has a minute.
Okay.
Maybe she can just walk over here and speak about it for a second. We got time. I had a note. This is my new briefcase.
Hey, whatever works.
I'm gonna have to get a bigger one.
I have about 100 of those briefcases.
Yeah, I know.
Floyd, here's mine. Well, here's mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Got the bigger size.
They're at lunch. I'm sorry. I will ask her and get the information, but I'm sure they want to do a program. So Tina is still doing the scheduling. I will get with Tina and get them together.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
I would encourage us to have a program on May 6th, whether it's that one or something else, just to sort of round out the reunion, getting us back together.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, so I guess I owe a late dollar, but I called Stephanie yesterday at Spruce Pine Florist and asked her to get our typical arrangement out to Bill Carson, and they were going to do that today.
Good.
So, so he'll get an arrangement from the Rotary Club today.
And haven't heard arrangements, so I don't know if anybody else has, but
No.
it'd be great if most of our club could show up for that service.
Absolutely. All right. But do you want to draw the cards? Anybody not automatically in the deck?
Am I automatically?
Let's see.
Anybody doesn't have a full deck?
Well, that would be
Yeah,
me.
Janie, you're on there.
Janie said she didn't have a full deck.
Seems like most everybody is. That's here. So I've been shuffling those little numbers the whole time. My little cards are starting to get warped, so it's good that we're going back. So it's number 8, which is Alex.
Yay.
Oh, I'll have,
boy.
to be fair, Janie, you pick the card.
All righty.
All right, when I start, you know the deal. You tell me
Okay.
when to stop.
Stop.
Right there?
Yep.
Nope.
Aw.
Yeah.
Wah, wah,
Six
wah.
of
That was
diamonds.
fair.
Yeah, she jinxed it, but
ace.
that's okay.
Sorry, Alex.
That's okay.
All right, well, anything else for today's meeting?
If, Chuck, if we don't have a speaker for that Thursday, May the 6th, I can do one. I have a new one on North Carolina earthquakes.
Oh, good.
That's
That
gonna be a
sounds
short one,
interesting.
right?
We might even have another shake by then. The name of the talk is Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
Do we have many?
Oh, yeah, in Western North Carolina, we do.
Okay,
Little ones.
yeah, okay. No, that'd be very interesting. I think either that or I'm very interested in the Quimp Trail also.
Yes.
Mhm.
I was recently woken up by an earthquake one morning. I think it was a Sunday morning.
Wow.
Yeah. It felt like someone was actually in there shaking my bed.
Wow.
Well, the one in Sparta, a lot of people
Yeah,
here felt
that
that one.
was
That was
one.
probably the one.
Yeah.
I'm such a stupid Floridian. I was at my mailbox one day and I can reach into my mailbox while still sitting in the car. And my car started to shimmy a little bit. And I thought, Lord, my car needs work. And it was an earthquake. Oh, well,
Yep.
you can take the girl out of Florida, but not the Florida out of the girl.
Well, if you're not expecting it, not aware of them, it's easy to let it slide by. That's for sure. All right, well then let's, we can close the meeting with the 408 test. All other things that we say and do. Is it the truth?
Truth
Is
is fair to all concerned.
Will it build
Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Folks, have a wonderful weekend.
See you.
All right, see ya.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.